Today's video, we're going to dive deep into navigating the ZBA process and how to get approved for a zoning board to do your landscaping project. Part one, let's talk about the application process. The application process can be pretty daunting given the city will require you and expect of you to have all your information together. So you need to be very organized. They're going to expect of you to have 2 copies of a plot plan or topographical survey of your property. The reason behind that is because they like to see where you're building on the land and how far it may encroach, if at all, into the setback at the back of the property or the front of the property, depending upon where you're building. The second thing they're going to want from you is going to be 2 copies of the building plan. Whatever you're building, if it's a deck, if it's a retaining wall, they're going to want to see 2 copies of it, and it needs to be an engineered drawing, meaning you'll have to find a structural engineer to give you plans that are stamped, and or an architect to stamp plans for you that will show all the details to the city board of what exactly and how it will be built. Of course, you'll need information in regards to the cost of the project, who the owner of the property is. There needs to be proof of ownership of the property, so ideally they'd like to see, in most cases, a deed. So once you have all this information compiled together, plus a licensed builder, then you'll submit for the ZBA. Let's assume that you had a success with submitting all your information. The city has collected all the information, you've paid your dues that are associated with submitting information to the city, and you've heard back that everything is good and you have been receiving your date to sit for your ZBA. The ZBA meeting, or Zoning Board of Approval, will be a meeting where you sit in front of 5 elected officials from the community who will gauge whether or not your project is viable to be built. The most recent ZBA that we went to was for a large deck in West Bloomfield. There's 5 members. They all sat and asked me various questions based upon what I submitted, which was back to the drawings, the plot plan, and the reason being behind wanting to build said structure. In addition to that, there's going to be other people dealing with their case as well, so you'll likely have to sit first and then you'll be invited up to the stand to speak. Step 3, let's assume you had a successful ZBA meeting. You sat there, you were pestered with questions, they asked you the reason behind, and you had all the right answers. Well, congratulations. Let's assume you were successfully voted that you were approved. Your next step is, believe it or not, you still need to apply for your permit. All the information that you submitted simply states that the government or the local officials in your area are allowing for you to build said structure you submitted information on. You still have to go back with that now approved ZBA and submit that original permit as you would in the case there was no ZBA. Once you have that done and that's approved, then you have your official green light to build your structure. Well, those are the 4 steps: the application, the submission, the actual sitting for the board, and then reapplying for the permit. So if you are a homeowner and you're still having problems navigating the ZBA process, specifically here in Michigan, reach out to us. We have done so before and would love to help you navigate that process because it is very difficult. If you'd love to do so, feel free to reach out to us here on YouTube or on Google or Facebook, Instagram. We're visible everywhere. But if not, like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully this video helped you specifically with your ZBA process, and best of luck to you.